Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Jantz. I want to say thank you for considering me as a speaker or for your program needs. And for the last, about 20 years, I've been the executive director at the Center for Counseling and Health Resources right outside Seattle, Washington. We're a full-service mental health clinic. And one of the things that I do as well, and have been doing for quite some time, is I author books. I have many best-selling books. The topics range from eating disorders to corporate issues such as sexual boundaries and sexual harassment. And I want to encourage you, as a part of this package, we'll be happy to send you any of the different books that I've written, about 10 books now. But we want you to be acquainted with the full scope of the options that are available from a program point of view to help really not only tailor, but to really get in there and meet your needs. I was dubbed the speaker of hope, and hope's a big word for me, in that I do believe that people can and do change. And I've had the great privilege of working with organizations who have gone through, well, a lot of change and difficult changes, and help be a part of creating healthy relationships in the workplace. I've worked with churches. I've spoken with very large groups and have done services for various organizations in the whole area of human resources and keeping healthy relationships in the workplace. In fact, you probably have the brochure, A Speaker of Hope. You'll see that I deal with topics even such as intelligent boundaries, which is all about, again, having healthy relationships and maintaining those. One area that I want to make mention, and these are just some of the current most requested programs that I do, there is getting unstuck from deceptive relationships. Now, this is a particular seminar that I do in many different formats, but this is helpful for people who are involved in perhaps relationships that are where there's a high degree of manipulation and deception. And this is all about how to work with these people, how to deal with unhealthy people or even unhealthy settings, and to be our very best. As well, one of the very popular programs that I do does deal with new answers for depression. The World Health Organization tells us in a very few short years that depression will be #1, and they classify it as a disease, the #1 problem in the world. And so what we're finding is there are answers for depression, and we have an exciting seminar. We have an exciting keynote that even deals with that, new answers for depression. These are just a few. One of the best-selling books I did was on the topic of eating disorders. In fact, I've written 3 books related to eating disorders. Hope, Help, and Healing for Eating Disorders. We've got workshop, seminar. We've got even up to a 3-day training for staff in the area of eating disorders, if that is a particular area of interest or need. Now, I've also done several different topics in the area of weight loss, and we've had folks who have used our books across the country and actually into Europe and New Zealand and Australia in this whole area of health and weight loss. And so this is another area that there's many different programs available. I do want to let you know that I speak frequently in situations where there's been crisis or there's been some real trauma. I've done situations where there's been a need for really processing significant trauma in the workplace. Unfortunately, where there's even been situations where there's been shootings or very severe trauma, where we need to bring the team back together and we need to really recreate a stable team. So what I'd like to ask is that you call. You'll see the toll-free number there, 1-888, that's 38771-5166, and we'll talk about your specific needs and put together a program that really is best suited for you. And many times I'm able to bring along a multitude of resources, including the various tapes and the various books that I've